Carbon, a versatile element. In the nature, the number of carbon compounds are extremely large. There are about 10 million carbon compounds at present, and day by day their number is increasing. Now the question arises, why the number of carbon compounds are very large, or why it is the only element which can form large number of compounds. These characteristics of carbon we will discuss in this part of video. Due to the peculiar nature of covalent bonds formed by carbon, it can form large number of compounds. The three main things which are responsible for the formation of a large number of carbon compounds are as follows. Number A, the property of a direct bonding between the atoms of the same element to form a long chain is called as catenation. Due to catenation, carbon can form very large molecule. The property of catenation is a characteristics of carbon. For example, in decane, the molecular formula is C10H22. In that decane, the 10 carbon atoms, they are bonded to each other by a single covalent bond, and this property of catenation is strong in carbon as compared to the other elements. The catenation is the main reason for the formation of large number of carbon compounds. The second aspect of carbon is that two carbon atoms can be bonded together by 1, 2 or 3 covalent bonds. Means the two carbon atoms, they can be bonded to each other by a single covalent bond. Two carbon atoms, they can be bonded with each other by a double bond, or the two carbon atoms, they can be bonded to each other with three covalent bonds. The main characteristic of carbon is that carbon is a tetravalent element. That means its valency is 4, and due to its tetravalency, it can form bonds with other atoms like oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, phosphorus and halogens, because carbon is non-metallic in nature, and we know that the non-metals have a tendency to share the electrons. They do not have a tendency to donate the electrons, and that's why due to its tetravalency the carbon can share its electrons with other elements and also other carbon atoms itself, and that's why the carbon is a versatile element. The number of carbon compounds in nature are more, they are increasing day by day. The most important class of carbon compounds is hydrocarbons. We are going to discuss about hydrocarbons. Now the definition of hydrocarbons is as follows. Compounds containing only carbon and hydrogen are called as hydrocarbons. You can see, as the name suggests, hydro means hydrogen and carbon means carbon. So that's why these two words combines together, hydrogen and carbon. When these two elements are combined, the new compound are formed, that is the hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons are the simplest and the fundamental organic compounds. It is supposed that all the organic compounds or all the compounds, they are made from the hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons are mainly classified into two categories: saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbons. Saturated hydrocarbons, the hydrocarbons in which all the valencies of carbon are satisfied by the single bonds are called as saturated hydrocarbons. Saturated hydrocarbons are also known as alkanes, and the examples are methane, ethane, and propane. In these three examples, you will come to know that all the valencies of carbon are satisfied by a single bond. In other words, we can say that all these compounds, means methane, ethane, and propane, they will contain all the single bonds, and that's why they are called as a saturated hydrocarbons. The second type of hydrocarbons is unsaturated hydrocarbons. These are such hydrocarbons in which there is a double or triple bond between the two carbon atoms. These compounds, they are known as unsaturated hydrocarbons. The examples are ethene and ethine. Now, you have to keep one thing in your mind, that in unsaturated hydrocarbons, there is always double bond or triple bond between the two carbon atoms. Unsaturated hydrocarbons are again of two types, depending upon the either they contains carbon to carbon double bond or carbon to carbon triple bond. Number one is alkenes. The unsaturated hydrocarbons containing a carbon-carbon double bond are called as alkenes. Examples are ethene and propene. In this example of ethene, you will find that the two carbon atoms, they are bonded to each other by a double bond. So in this molecule there is at least one carbon to carbon double bond. That's why they are known as alkenes. The second subtype is alkynes. The unsaturated hydrocarbons containing a carbon-carbon triple bond are called as alkynes. The examples are acetylene. In this example, you will find that two carbon atoms, they are bonded to each other by a triple bond. So these compounds are called as a alkynes. Generally, the unsaturated compounds, that means alkenes and alkynes, they are more reactive than the saturated compounds. Carbon compounds may have a straight chain of carbon atoms, or they have a branched chain of carbon atoms. In this part of video, we will discuss about the straight chain of carbon atoms. A straight chain of carbon atoms is formed by joining the carbon atoms are next to each other. Means in these examples, you will find that the compounds, means hydrocarbons containing the carbon atoms more than two, these carbon atoms, they are joined to each other by a single bond and in a single line. Take the example. The first 10 alkanes are methane, ethane, propane, butane, pentane, hexane, heptane, octane, nonane, and decane. In methane, there is only one carbon atom. This one carbon atom is sharing its 4 valence electrons with 4 hydrogen atoms. So that's why it contains double bond. Now in the next example, that is ethane, the two carbon atoms, they are bonded to each other by a single covalent bond. In the next example of propane, there are the 3 carbon atoms. There is a straight chain of 3 carbon atoms, and all the carbon atoms, they are bonded to each other by a single covalent bond. In the last example of alkane series, that is decane, in decane you will find that there are the 10 carbon atoms. These 10 carbon atoms, they are bonded to each other by a single covalent bond, and they are connected to each other in a straight line. So that's why these compounds means methane, ethane, propane, butane, pentane, hexane, heptane, octane, nonane and decane. These are the straight chain hydrocarbons. The most important characteristic of hydrocarbons or organic compounds is structural isomerism. Now we will learn about the isomers. Isomers are nothing but the compounds having the same molecular formula but different structural formula. These are called as isomers, and such phenomenon is known as isomerism. For example, there are the two isomers of butane and three isomers of pentane. Now let us discuss about the two isomers of butane. The formula of butane is C4H10. In one example, you will find that the carbon atoms they are joined to each other in a straight line, and that's why therefore it is called as a butane or also called as a N-butane. In another example, in another structure, there is a isobutane. This isobutane has a formula C4H10, but the structure or the arrangement of the carbon atoms is different. So that's why the butane shows structural isomerism. In another case, the three isomers of pentane are possible. These are N-pentane, isopentane and neopentane. All these have the same formula, that is C5H12, but the structure or the arrangement of the carbon atoms is different, and that's why these are the examples of the structural isomerism. The another class of hydrocarbons is closed chain hydrocarbons. In this part, we will discuss only about two examples. The first one is cyclohexane and second one is benzene. The closed chain of carbon atoms are present in some carbon compounds wherein rings of carbon atoms are formed. Example is cyclohexane. The formula of cyclohexane is C6H12. In this case, there is a closed chain of 6 carbon atoms, and to every carbon atom, the 2 hydrogen atoms are attached. So, it is the example of cyclohexane. There is a closed chain of carbon atoms. In another example, there is a benzene. Benzene is a cyclic unsaturated hydrocarbon. There are 3 alternate double bonds in the 6-membered ring structure of benzene. The compounds having this characteristic unit in their structure are called as aromatic compounds. These are the structures of the benzene. In benzene, you will find that there are the 3 alternate single bond and double bond. These alternate single bond and double bond, they also can be represented by drawing a circle in this cyclic ring. So now why there is a circle? Because the position of the alternate single bond and double bond is not fixed. So that's why to represent this position, a circle can be drawn in a benzene ring. In the next video, we will discuss about the different functional groups occurring in organic compounds.